purple pickle? I don't know, that was kind of a DJ scene thing, huh? I don't have anything for that. What's going on, everybody? 10, 10, 20, 20! I'm all for it, man. What's up? Creepers and Keekers, Chris the Atari Creep. How's everyone doing today? I just got out of the shower, excuse me. I'm not putting my fucking hat on. It's fucking warm in here. I pulled the ACs out last week. And I'm in one of those kind of fucking moods today. Like not good, but like not because I'm in a bad mood. You know, let me turn this fucking fan on. Give me a second here. Give me a second to unfuck myself. You know what? I'm up. I might as well grab my hat. I feel weird without it. I feel fucking weird without it. All right, Mr. Hat. Sit on my head. Alright, I got a fan on, I got my guitar on, I'm a moron, and I got the guitar. What a rough fucking couple days. I'm not going to get into any details, but it was fucking bad. You know, the first words I wanted to say when I got out of here was, fuck this! Because I went to make American chop suey today. Other parts of the country call it goulash. To clarify, the elbow macaroni and just simple tomato base with some hamburger and peppers and onions. And other people put all kinds of weird shit in it. I like just your simple New England, and then you season it while you eat it, you know? That's how my mom always made things. She made them as not flatline. They still tasted great by themselves, especially the next day. But she would make it like, you know, it would be good, but if you need, you know, and she would leave that up to you. And I think that's pretty fucking valuable of a lesson if you're going to learn how to cook as a kid. That if you're cooking for others, you need to remember they don't all like what you do. So try to keep it pretty flatlined with flavor and let them take care of the rest. Always have the hot sauces and the peppers and the salts and all that stuff. Avoid the purple pickle. Yeah. Sprint 10, 10, 20. I'm assuming you meant 2020. He actually wrote 10, 10, 220. That was the old Sprint long distance code. Oh, that's right, I believe. I think I remember the 220 part, but I don't know. Oh my God, you remember those days? Goulash rocks, dude. It's. I was gonna say it's a nice cold day, but it's really warm and pouring. Cats and dogs living together, mass hysteria, total annihilation of any give a fuck. But I thought it was going to be a fucking really nice day to make it, so I got all the stuff ready to go. Because this morning it was dark in here. It was like almost pitch black when the sun should have been out and about doing its thing. If you'll excuse me, I'm going to go into my other account and watch this for, you know, the whatever it is that it does for me. Wait a minute, I fucking changed that thumbnail. I changed that thumbnail. What the fuck? Are you guys getting the one with the with Casey on it or not? I'm gonna be fucking pissed. I'm gonna be fucking pissed. Oh, I'm gonna be so pissed. Let me do this. I fucking changed that. God damn it. I guess I'm gonna have to fix it. It's look, come on, man. That was the thumbnail. I fucking just uploaded it. God damn it. You know what? Fuck if it screws things up. I'm going into it now. I guess I can't change it now, can I? I'm gonna try. No. I'm sorry, Casey. You were the star of my thumbnail. I'll fix it after. Fucking hell. Stupid internet. There was a big problem with it today. People are suspecting cyber attack. It really did fuck with a lot of important things. So, well, I don't think it's that important. If the entire internet fucking dropped, I'd be okay. I'd be fine. I can live in the wilderness for a substantial amount of time. It won't be pretty and it won't be easy. But I know. I know what I can and can't eat out here. I know how to make fires and little shelters and... Fuck, call me Snow White, but with a hockey mask. I am Snow White with a hockey mask. Alright, well... This pisses me off. I really like that thumbnail. Fuck this stream. Bye, guys. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Good time for goulash. Yeah, if it was cool out, man. I'm actually kind of glad I don't have to make it today. It's fucking humid in here. My isn't working. This is a national tragedy. Get the National Guard. Get the National Guard. This is a fucking emergency. So, today we're going to be talking about the Intellivision fucking Sprint. I've been playing in Drop D today. I fucking love it. That little piece I played at the beginning is something I wrote years ago. Probably like 99 or so. After my last band broke up. Drop D is just so fucking fantastic. I don't use it often, but you'd be surprised how many songs that you hear every day have an alternative tuning. Just fucking the Rolling Stones alternative tuning. Jesus Christ. In fact, I have a guitar dedicated to that. A 5-string electric guitar that's tuned to just G. Like, you could just hit the string and it's a G chord, you know? And you can do all kinds of really cool things with that. That's an open G. I know... What the fuck is the Led Zeppelin guy's name? Jimmy Page. Holy shit. Jimmy Page, he did a lot of open G stuff too, so... I want to say Cashmere is an open G, but I could be way off on that. But this guitar is not an open G. I just tuned the lowest string down to D, which is a half step from normal. So instead of getting, you just get that real deep. Grunge cats loved it. What's another one I used to have to play a lot in fucking bands? And I want to know. Well, I finally found a reason. Yeah, now I need an excuse. Got my time on my hands. I was still bitter about the alternative scene at that point, but you know what? It paid. If I had to play that in a fucking cover band a couple of times a week or a couple of times a month. First thing I did on the guitar was drop D. It plays Smoke on the Water. Hell yeah, brother. Hell yeah. Smoke in the Water is still a double stop. I don't think it's in drop, though. I think you play that on the 5th and... I don't know. This guitar doesn't slide very well. God only knows what the fretboard was fucking made out of. I suspect it was made out of some kind of a cheap maple and then made to look the rosewoodiness. Oh, no. I wasn't questioning that, buddy. I'm sorry. If I came off like a dick, it's usually because I am, but in this case, I wasn't. I'm sorry. I wasn't picking on you. I guess what I was just trying to say is I never played it in drop D. I did write a drop D version of I'm 18 by Alice Cooper when I was a kid. I forget how to play it. Those are regular standard tune I can play it. It's just C, D. It's only my most favorite song on the whole fucking planet, just about. But it was actually a game called LED Storm. That's where I knew it from. Right on. Yeah, Smoke in the Water is one of those cliche songs. Every guitar player has to at least fucking cut their teeth on, you know? That, Iron Man, Stairway to fucking Heaven, you know, the whole... Something like that, but... Yeah... You don't have to be heavy with it, though. You don't have to be heavy with it. You might recognize this song. Something like that. I always miss that note. I know, that is the end of me trying to play that song, my friend. That's another one, yeah, I could just drone out on. And that's the beauty of the drop D. It has this extra flavor of droning. That's when somebody's hitting an open string and letting it ring while hitting another string. Most people, like, you'll... That's a good example of you know, pedaling, if you will. Leaving one string open while playing underneath it and doing all kinds of... Good night, Cleveland. Thank you. All right, you guys have heard enough about drop Ds and bullshit. Somebody had asked in a oh shit, did Phantom Fiction jump in? I see you there. Howdy. Thanks for coming in, buddy. We'll be talking about it here in a second. I'm gonna make sure I have everything necessary to do it proper. Yeah, of course, it doesn't fucking remember. Why do I have to constantly keep fucking changing this? Oh my god, and then when I move over here, is it going to not change? No, it does change. Okay. Alright, let me get that love letter from my lady off of the Facebooks. Alright, well, I'm at the mercy of a delay here for comments while we kind of cut through some of this stuff here. Let me pull the chat part of this whole thing out. And just make sure we got it going. Yeah, so the fucking chat's not even showing up on my phone. The internet is so fucked right now. There we go. We got it. We got it. We got it. All right. So I spoke with Mr. Casey last night and asked him, because we're going to be looking at these pictures. It was initially just about these pictures right here. I'm like, dude, would you mind if I used your stuff to, just talk about the console? Of course, you get credit. And, well, there he is. And he was also in the fucking thumbnail that didn't upload. I'm still fucking mad about that. And I'm going to be fucking mad about that. But you know what? Let's do this first. Again, I have to keep going back and forth to make sure you can see what I'm seeing. This fucking OBS is a pain in the cock. It's a cockle pain. That's the worst kind of pain ever. He had mentioned to me last night that loading ROMs and everything, and he had a little video up about it. Loading ROMs on this fucking thing is so simple for a fucking dummy like me. Check this out, right? You fire the fucking thing up. I'm going to turn the sound off. You go see this. I'm not going to show you the whole thing. He just plugged a stick in that had ROMs and it automatically read it, right? And then he chose a ROM and played the game. You go check it out, all right? You go check it out. I ain't going to let you fucking watch this video here, you lazy prick. And then when you're done with it, you just pull the fucker out, and the box goes back to how the factory sent it, or however you have it configured. So this is pretty fucking cool, guys. I am super excited about this. I really am. I'm going to be getting some Google money here tomorrow or the next day. It's not quite enough to pick this up, but I don't really have anything else right now that I can expel to something like this. I thought about it. I do need to put it to other things, unfortunately, but I want it. I fucking want this thing. I'm so sad that there's a number of people who are, you know what? I'm just going to say it. It's fucking ridiculous. You could have got nothing. You could have got fucking nothing. Look at how cool that looks. We're going to go back, okay? So he's holding on to the controller. Oh, let's zoom in. Whee! I didn't ask him if the controller was full size, but we do now know that the body of the console is slightly squat. But I really do like how, if I were to walk into a room and just see that, I would be like, oh, wow, this cat's got Intellivision. And it would take me a few seconds to realize, wait a minute, something's a little off. I mean, unless, of course, the controller wasn't in the dock or anything like that. Stupid ads. Fuck off. But I'm just really digging this. Look at that box. I'm gonna be proud to have that box in my home. Oh shit! I didn't mean to do that. Let's bring my boy back here. Let's bring him back. There we go. There it is, all packed in a box. The first thing you see when you open. How cool is that? I guess he said they let him unbox one of them. And I don't know if that's what we're seeing here or not. Again, go over to the Intellivision Gamer. That was actually number 2 on my fucking list, but we got sidetracked. To say congratulations for 1,000 subscribers, finally. That fucking kid, I know why my channel never grows. I know why, and it doesn't bother me one little bit. Would I be excited if I got 10 grand? Yes. Would I want any more than that? Probably not. But if it happened, it happened. I don't know how well I would be able to handle it. It might be a Review Tech USA situation where I just completely fuck it all up because I am mentally ill. I know why mine doesn't grow. But this fucking cat grinds. He is a grinder. And his information is amazing in its quantity and quality. And I'm finally glad to see him break that 1,000 subscriber threshold. Fucking finally. So if you're not, I should have put his link down below. But if you're not subscribed to the Intellivision Gamer, then you know what? You need to fuck off right now. Go do that. And if you come back, you come back. If not, you're not. I mean, he has all the stuff posted too. Just go get it from him. Again, I'm not worried about all that. I'm here for who's here and when they're here. So there it is. It's empty. You could put a kitty cat in there. I bet you that would fit a few fucking cartridges. Ha ha, no cartridge port. No cartridge port. And then when you lift up the little flap, and hopefully the cat's not in it still, it comes with, I mean, this is pretty cool. I dig this. This is really well done. Really well done. And it comes with the stuffs to do the things. I don't know what's in these. What would be, oh, those are probably the, no, the controllers are on the console, right? Yeah. Oh, those are the overlays. Those are probably the fucking overlays. All right, I'm stupid. Light shines on fucking Marblehead finally. But I'm not going to lie. I am genuinely excited for this. Casey's been getting some really great coverage on this whole fucking thing. And I couldn't be any happier with what I'm seeing and what I'm hearing. The loading of the ROMs being not that big a deal, that's fucking fantastic for a guy like me. I have a Pi RTO 2, whatever the fuck it's called, and I don't mean disrespectfully. I am fucking grateful to have it. That thing is wicked. But it's very picky about bin versus fucking din files or douche files or whatever. I can't remember. ROM versus bin. But I made it happen, but it was a headache. It was a lot of going back and forth, you know? This, you just put them all on a little fucking dealio. Probably the list I already have on that. I could probably just put it in here, put it on a fucking flash, cocksucker. I actually have a flash drive that's a transformer. I think it's a Decepticon. I'll have to try to find that, and that'll be my console. Because, guys, you know I'm probably going to customize it, right? You fucking bin, that's right. But, yeah, with this thing, all of them work, right? Oh, he's in the room! Hey, Casey, bro, I just want to show you something real quick. For some reason, I think with all the internet problems, the new thumbnail didn't upload, but there it is. You're the star of my fucking thumbnail today, so I will fix that later on for future viewings. But Casey's in the room, the man himself. The man himself. Let's see. Hello, everyone. Overlays. Yep, I figured that out. What's up, Chudley McMuffin? I love that name, McMuffin. Looks decent to me. Yeah, I mean, what can you want? Honestly, it could have just been this little fucking stupid little thing. But then the controllers wouldn't look right on it, you know? They could still sell the controllers, but it just wouldn't, you know? There's 100 things they could have done, 100 things they probably shouldn't have done, which I'm glad they didn't. Fuck yeah, you can't tell me that doesn't look sweet as fuck. I mean, yeah, there's no cartridge port, but I didn't even expect this. I think that's the general consensus from most people. I didn't expect this, but I'm good with it. So, but we are going to find a way, one way or another, for me to be able to... I know it sounds really bad to a lot of you guys. You don't have the $150? Never been money motivated, and I'm kind of fucked. I get by, believe me. I have a roof. I have food in my gullet. I got a family. And I have a snake. And honestly, at the end of the day, that's all I need. In fact, I don't even need any of that. With the cyber attacks and everything, I'm thinking to myself, I wonder how many people in my neighborhood, if all of it went down right now, boom, gone. No more fucking streams, no more banking, no more fucking Pinterest, no more douchebags on Reddit, subreddits. What if it all went down? Do these guys know what they can and can't eat out here? Like, how do you know if a rabbit's good to eat? That's the great thing about this guy. I know that shit. I could go out there and not comfortably, but survive. And I felt so fucking horrible that so many people don't. But regardless, I tried to get your thumbnail up there, buddy, but I guess it just got fucked up. So ROMs and bin files will work. Cool. Oh, that looks cool. Thank you, man. I'm if you go back to the beginning of the thing, I've been pissing and moaning about the thumbnail not being there. I have a thing about the thumbnails. I want you to be enticed buy it specifically, for what I'm doing. I mean, yeah, this is an open chat, and I might pull the controller out in a little bit because I'm already running out of fucking. I'm already running out of stuff to talk about. But yeah, I don't know. I'm happy. I want one. I think it's more than what we probably should have gotten, but I think it's a few steps forward, more so than I would even expect. I would even consider. And I think that's what's getting me. Is your snake reticulated? Nope, just a ball. He's a little cinnamon bun. He's a good dude. He's out and about. It's real humid today. And it is almost time for me to go get him a wrap. But no, I have a ball python. Nothing crazy. Hey, Poacher, what's up? Holla chat. I think this console looks neat. I think that's the perfect word for it. It's just fucking neat. And I'm excited to have HDMI and television. It's pretty cool. Okay, Intellivision Gamer says, I told them that they would sell a lot of controllers if a dongle existed. I didn't even fucking think of that. I believe they didn't because they thought only Intellivision 2 control consoles could use them. I told them many need. Oh yeah, we get that thing coming out too. And tell your buddies I'm still available for soldering. So if they need like 10 boards done up, I can do surface mounts as long as it's not too small. As long as it's not like micro. I'm not fucking with that. I'm not playing with that shit. Not on a charity base. Went down to the YouTube rabbit hole once about people who own venomous snakes. I had a few black mambas and cobras. Yeah, I had a few friends in Arizona. I bred rats for a little while for feed or friend, whatever. Or if you wanted to start your own little rat colony. But I accidentally threw a few rats together that shouldn't have been together. My girlfriend and her friend, we rented a room to them. Them two had like this little thing of rats. They had rats for friends. And they ended up giving me one. They named him Kerry King because they thought it would be cool. I like Slayer, but Kerry King's a douche. But Kerry King knocked up about 4 of those things. And I had rats all over the place, but we knew people with reptiles, so I started putting the word out there, and I was actually making decent money doing it for a while. I had 75 in a 1-bedroom apartment. 75 fucking rats. Everywhere from pinky to full-grown adult. And it just got too fucking much. But, let me go back to whatever it is I'm talking about here. The controllers, I went down the YouTube rabbit hole. Oh, the venomous snakes, yes. There was this one dude in Arizona. Of course, he had a couple rattlers that he just caught like in his yard. He had this one that was a very vibrant blue. I mean, it was strikingly in your face, taunting you to come look at it, maybe even lick it. It was that vibrant. But he's like, one little kiss from this girl. I don't even think there's any anti-venom in this country for it. So don't fuck around. Because or I'll just open all these tanks. You'll be dead. He had a cobra, but it wasn't actually a cobra. I think he called it the Cobra Killer. It disguises itself. It has a hood and everything. But it'll eat other cobras. It'll fucking infiltrate families of cobras or what do they call them? Clutches or locks or fuck faces, whatever they are. And it'd start eating the family from the inside out. How fucking crazy is that? That's fucking nuts. Nature is fucking hardcore. Nature is hardcore. So let me get back to... I went down... Okay, we did the snake thing. The controllers. We have adapters that let our... Yep. That's what I was talking about. I know a lot about it. If you have questions... the adapters, or I'm getting there, buddy. I'm sorry. The controllers work from far away. I can't even see the game. That's awesome. Excuse me, I was choking on nothing. That was another little bit of information him and I were talking about last night, but like I was saying, I want you to go to him to get the information. I just wanted to throw a few things out there. to have something to talk about, The controllers work from far away. I was so happy to hear that. Not that I'm ever going to be far away from my TV or anything. In fact, I don't think I'll be even further away than what I'm right now with this, right? So, it looks classy for sure, Violation says. Absolutely. Howard says, Intelli Plus. It'll come. It'll come. Put your fucking pants back on. You'll get it. You'll get it. Heinz ketchup, good things to those who wait, though ketchup's is the bastard of fucking condiments. If you're under 17, fine. If you're older than 17, unless you're using it in a recipe, actually that's a lie. I do like ketchup with French fries and stuff like that. Maybe Holiday 26. Wait a minute. Hold on. Whoa. I wish I had a breaking news thing. That smile makes me fucking think Casey knows something that he's going to talk about here soon. Are they already plan? I mean, I knew they were going to plan something. But when you were talking with the Atari cats, you should throw my fucking name at them, by the way. Did they tell you specifically that shit was coming? I could see an adapter before that. Maybe one that looks like, and I was thinking about this the other day. What would it look like? Would it look like a little cartridge to jam a cartridge in? Because I've seen that already done in a rendering. Somebody just, whatever. But make it look like the Intellivision 2 or something, Make it look like an actual, something different. Maybe that would be too ugly. I don't know. Let's see. You got 75 rats per snake, and here we got 75 snakes per rat. And you know what, dude? I don't think I even had a snake at the time. I might have had a corn snake that I was fostering for somebody. That little fucker was an angry prick. Oh, man, he was always mad. Always. I've never been bit by any pythons. I've never been bit by anything. I've never been by a rattlesnake, and I used to have to fucking take care of those in the prison yard all the time. I get that call, 534. We got another visitor in the yard, northeast. All right, let me go get the pole. I'm a cat from Boston. What do I know about the Arizona wildlife? And they send me out there. You know why? Because I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I love it. I made friends with the wildlife out there. I made friends with the coyotes to the point where I got in trouble for it. They actually had to have the state come and capture and relocate every one of those fucking things. I'll tell that story if somebody really wants to hear it. Let me know in the chat. The running man equals sprint. Yeah, we speculate. Somebody speculated that to me. They're like, Chris, maybe sprint. The running man, he's sprinting. An Atari guy. I'm sorry. Chudley's like, oh? Oh, man. Maybe holiday 2026. Don't say that, dude. No, I will buy this. I won't wait because I want them to know. And that was the other thing I really forgot to mention in my Angry 2 rant videos in that one shot was if I were Atari and I started seeing this, I would be like, you know what? Fuck these guys. Fuck these guys. We literally just jumped 5 steps ahead for them because they really need something. You guys could have gotten stupid little pre-programmed fucking trinkets. Shit that you buy at Cracker Barrel by Major Impulse or whatever the fuck it's called. And people are crying because you can't stick a piece of plastic in it. Get the fuck out of here with your purist bullshit attitude. Sorry, now I'm getting mad again about it. When I close my eyes, does it really bother me that much? Not really. Do I see dancing cartridge ports in my dreams mocking me? Probably. But I don't remember my dreams, thank God. I just know I wake up with bloody noses and a fucking sore ankle. I don't get it either. Telly Sprint looks cool. I was a little disappointed that the games were built in. See, that's what I'm talking about right there, Howard. Dude, we're good. We're close, but you need to understand. You literally got a huge jump ahead. They've owned the license for, a year and a few months? It takes a long time to develop these things. Have we not fucking learned anything yet from any fucking projects that's happened in the last decade and a half? I love you, dude. But But you can load games and everything, so it's cool. And I know you're into it. I know you are. I know you're into it because you're a rad guitar player, and only rad guitar players would definitely be into this. But yep, I tested loading ROMs, all types. Yeah, we watched a small clip of that video. I made sure to only show you plugging it in and unplugging it, so they have to go back and watch the whole thing. And they didn't even hear you talk. So when I use your shit, man, I want someone to go over there and see the whole deal, yo. But guys, it was so effortless, and for a dummy like me, yeah. I had a bull snake once. It was a mean snake. You know what? I want a hog nose. I want a hog nose, and the only reason I bring that up is, well, because we're talking about snakes, is because I apparently, and I've been doing a lot of research, and I swear to God, maybe we'll turn into a reptile channel here, but I swear to God, people, if you're gonna buy an animal like this, do at least a month's worth of research. If you have to be in a Facebook forum and ask questions that are on every fucking PetSmart pamphlet across this nation, then you do not deserve to own the animal yet. You know, ball pythons don't take a lot of care, but it's not like a fucking dog or a cat. There are very specific things that my homeboy here, Alucard, requires to live a happy life. So I chose to keep him from being a free snake somewhere. I mean, I know he was bred, but you get what I'm saying. But I've read that they go through a teenage stage where they're grumpy, and then it just one day just disappears. And I don't know why I want to notice that. I want to see that. A bull snake. Bull snakes are pretty rad. I've always wanted to own a goddess snake. I mean, I literally catch them all the time out here just for fun, just to show people. You know, I got a park behind me, so there's always little kids walking by, and I'll be out there doing a little cleanup, and I'll pick up the snake. I'll be like, hey, who wants to see a snake? The neighbors know me. They know me. I've lived in this town pretty much my whole life, except for my Arizona stint. I've worked for the city. I've worked, so they know the kids are safe to come up to the fence, and but the California ones that have like this red to them that I want, but people want like $400 for them. I'm just like, I'm not doing that for a snake. I can just go outside and just fucking take some paint. Oh man, Creeper, I played and bought a lot of Atari games as well this weekend. Right on. You notice how I haven't even looked at any of that? I haven't even looked at any of that, and I'm sorry. I will. I look at my channel history. How often have I been excited about products with these brand names on them? It has to be something special, for me anyway. I'm not going to get excited for Atari putting out another stupid little handheld that has 20 games on it. I'm not going to get excited for that. I'm not going to buy the same cartridges over and over again. Now, if I didn't have Space Invaders or whatever, I don't know what they're selling these days. Pac-Man. If I didn't have that, I would buy it from them. It would be nice to buy a brand new retail product to have, but I have the OG, and that's good enough. And that's good enough for me. But I'll definitely check out all of that. I will check out all of that. I'm just hyper-focused right now on that. We also had, my daughter was in a play called Basketville. It was a Sherlock Holmes story. Fucking wolves and shit. It was great. Although they had to use bananas for pew-pews. That kind of aggravated me. But at the end, after they shot the wolf down, she started peeling it and eating it. So I thought that was fucking funny. We have lively homebrew community. Yep. Howard's like, I agree. And, it's not really about that, but I'm glad. Thank you, man. And I genuinely hope nobody gets truly offended by what I say, but I am genuinely disgusted in that behavior. I understand if you're disappointed or you just don't like the idea of what it is. I'll never be against that. I'm just about the crying about an unlikely expectation or an unrealistic one, and I think that's really where I come from. But I'm not about clicks and getting Intellivision content out there. I'm not either, man, but I really hope your channel does something. I really do, man. You seem like the type of cat that should have that channel. Like when people think Intellivision, they should think like you and maybe 2 or 3 other cats. I could mention names, but then someone will be like, why did you say me? But Snakes in Intellivision. Yeah, guys. Snakes rule. I love having a snake. He's so cool. And you know what was awesome and sucked last Halloween? Last Halloween, it was like fucking 80 degrees or something like that. It was fucking warm. It was wet and humid. It wasn't raining. So I'm like, fuck it. I brought Alucard out with me. I had him around my neck. And it was great. It was fucking great when the parents were like, oh my God, is that real? I'd be like, yeah, and the kids would be all about it. And the parents would all be like, I'm like, it's harmless. I promise you, it's harmless. Even if it does decide to try to take a nibble, a little soap and water, you'll live. But I would be more worried about your deceased cat biting me than this fucking thing. I don't know. Maybe I should test that theory sometime to see what it would take. But I don't want to stress out my buddy. Alucard's my buddy. He's like a therapy rope that strangles me. Like I said, I have to come to the realization that cartridges are a thing of the past. It's not so much just that, it's just the development of it. At least with Atari, I believe you can still buy the Atari cartridge ports as part of like an electronics thing. That's how ColecoVision got away with making their own Atari back in the 80s. They off-the-shelf parts. And I have a unit here that's the Flashback 2 with a port mod. Someone literally just wired a, because I think it was originally designed to have it. And they chose not to go that route. Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure the reason we're getting just this for right now is because development and all that crap. It takes a while. Not to mention everything that's going on with trade. So, but I love these consoles as well. Yeah, I'm not a plug and play guy, but if it'll get Intellivision conveniently into my stream and shit, anything with HDMI I can plug into my laptop. I just don't have anything for everything else. Nor do I, know how to do that. But let's see. We have a snake, but nothing fancy. When we broke ground on our place, we found. Oh, really? Little gopher snake? That's cool. You should, when you get a chance, buddy, share an image with me on Facebook. I'd love to see your little snaky poo. That's really cool. And blah, blah, blah. Yeah, like I said earlier, go fucking subscribe to him. I like remembering coming home in the 3rd grade, and my dad, my brother had Intellivision, great memories. Yeah, I don't have memories of my family playing games. I have memories with friends over their house. And playing a lot at home to escape certain uglies, Chudley McMuffin. I'm sure you and I recognize your name. We've had words in the past about Amico, haven't we? But I fucking love that name. Or maybe my brain is just playing tricks. I was in a pet store once, and a worker there brought out a rock python to show a woman, and the snake bit her on the face, right on the forehead. You know what? I bet you that woman was bad juju. Animals have that, I don't know why, but I'm one of those lucky fucks that, like, cats and dogs will just walk up to me. And I don't know if it's because they can smell that I'm truly not evil as much as I try to be. I don't want to be evil. But some animals just know. Some animals just know. Gopher snake and a bull snakes are almost, yeah. She is calm as can be. But we have we have handled her since she hatched. She's as calm as can be. Okay, you've handled her since she's been hatched. I get what you're saying. I'm sorry. My glasses have resin and shit all over them. I'm actually going to get a new pair next week. But when I do my work here, my computer gets covered in. I don't care. You ever see? Of course you have. A Forrest Gump. That fucking feather at the beginning and at the end. That's me. I'm the feather from Forrest Gump. Whatever. Whatever. It's cool that it gives folks a chance to check out homebrews and demos. Yeah, that's a big plus right out the bang, Demos doesn't mean trial version on these older platforms. It's more like tech demo, and there are a lot of trippy stuff to find. Really? I like that. I like that. I held an Amico console this weekend and checked it out. Checked out the controller for the first time in person. There are a ton of free ROMs games for Intellivision. Yep, I have a handful of them. Some smaller games, and they're awesome. So tell me about your experience with the Amico. Did they have it fired up? You don't have to tell me. Was it at the show? Was it at the show, or did you go visit somebody that might have had one? And you don't have to give me anything more than that, obviously. But I'm curious as to what you felt about it. Be honest. I want you to be honest. Have you thought it was basically a suppository? Like you just go right up someone's ass? Please tell me. Hoping more publishers release ROM packages with the spirit here. Yeah. Not fired up. Controllers were... Yeah, the controllers can fire up, but there's really not much you see. You see the running man sprinting. See, I'm catching on. And the Intellivision logo comes up and you hit a ding, 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 Amico. And then it starts looking for a console. And if it finds the console, it welcomes you to. Mine says, welcome, Atari Creep. Oh, fuck, I'm going to have to change that soon, aren't I? I don't know if I can. I don't want to reset anything. Just in case, Not fired up. Controllers were great. Console was okay, but felt lightweight. It is. I akin it to almost like a Sega Genesis. At least mine has a little bit of... So when we had the Boston event, there was a number of them. And there were two to the far left that he just came right out and said, these are a revision couple before. And those were crazy light. But you can tell the plastics weren't finalized and all that. It was like the idea of it. There was a red and black one there that wasn't quite up to snuff with the other ones that were there. But it had a few games on it, so he brought it along anyway, In fact, that's the console, I believe, that Tommy was using to make fun of me with Moon Patrol. Because I have a heavy thumb, and Moon Patrol is a real tough game for me as much as I love it. I built a little Moon Patrol model kit, for fuck's sake. Love that thing. I think RK made it, and I got it from a television gamer who got it from Willie of Arcade USA, who got it from RK. And I built it. I said, there's no more. This thing stays. And then maybe I'll give it away to somebody. But yeah, no, that's cool, man. That's cool. I forget where I was going with that. Controls felt great. Console was okay. Oh, the lightweightness of it. Mine has a little bit more heft than what I was used to. But again, there was a lot of time between that. I said the plastic feels like Sega Genesis plastic. Like Nintendo had the thick, heavy plastic, and Sega always went with a little thinner, more, to save a few bucks or whatever. I believe it felt like that. The controllers, I think, feel great. It has a regular board inside. Hold on, here we go. Did they open it up? Many thought it was a Pi board. It's not. Are we still talking about the Amico there? Just say Pi board yes or Pi board no. I heard Amico got sold on eBay. I heard that. Someone said that Intellivision... I'm sorry. Pat, the NES Punk, has a video out about it. And I did watch, I believe it was No Swear Gamer. I watched that one because I was curious as to who fucking sold theirs. Because I'm not going to lie, I was getting prepared for a flood of either offers or people asking me if it was me. Thank God that didn't happen. It was someone overseas that was a developer or something. But no, mine's fucking still on the shelf in the studio there. It almost got pulled out this past weekend, but we had too much going on with plays and band competitions and stuff like that. We were going to get our Evel Knievel on. Such a fun game. If you get one of those little stupid TV box things that you plug in, get the Intellivision, what is it called now? Amico Home? Or just download the fucking game from whatever. It's a really fun game, especially when you're doing the and trying to bullseye the fucking spaceship or rocket ship. Console was okay, but felt lightweight. His regular board inside. Let's see. I heard Amico got sold. More than one, Chudley. Really? More than one Amico has sold on eBay? We didn't like all the space around the controllers. Then docked. Okay, that makes perfect sense. One of the things I did feedback is the space with the controllers. Fuck yeah, I don't care if this gets me fucking yelled at. I can eat my ass. I love those guys to death, but one of the things I did feedback on was the controller dock. It does what it's supposed to do, but my kids love running around. And if your floors are, whatever, like mine is, my house was built in 18 whatever the fuck. So running by, it shakes my shelf and my TV thing sometimes. And what will happen is the controllers will jostle. And it'll think someone's either picking it up or putting it back in. And it will complete that operation. So I will agree with you there. I will agree 100% with you there. Didn't cause that big of a problem. It was nice to just kind of, and it would just, I think the reason they did that, and this is all 100% my speculation. This comes from no conversation. Wow, you guys are getting a fucking bonus today. How many people are in here? 13! Oh my God. I honestly think it was one of those things where they designed it like that so it was fail-proof. It just went where it needed to go no matter what. There is no half-ass in it. You put it there, it slides right into place, and you're good to go. It's going to charge for you or do whatever. Miko talk, yes. Okay. It was a developer overseas that didn't get paid, I heard. Yeah, yep. That's what I heard as well. I heard it was a guy who, it was given to him as partial payment, was the word I was, and this is not from anyone from the Intellivision camp, just from reading and seeing things here and there. But the words I heard was it was a partial payment, and he just had it laying around for a little while and just said, fuck it, you know what? And they got, $2,000 American for it? That sold Amigos. The whole reason I'm here is because I'm going to develop for the A word. Really? Really? Right on, man. You can say it. You can say it. I'm not trying to make it a bad word over here, but it's like I like the calm and the peace that comes with not talking about it anymore. I understand everybody's problem with it. I have my own. But I just don't want the nonsense. This kind of a conversation is perfect. This conversation is perfect. So, interesting, you've seen the inside of it. I have never seen the inside of mine. I can say that on my kids. I've never opened it up. I don't want to risk breaking it. I know I won't break it. That's not a statement saying that I feel like it's fragile enough to break. It's just, it's the benefits don't outweigh the risk. As minimal as, it's like when I wanted to quit smoking, God, years ago, I heard Wellbutrin did wonders for that. But my doctor said it's known to give people seizures on the occasion. It's not a great risk, but you get a seizure, you lose your license, and your whole life changes. So the benefits don't outweigh the risks there. It's the opposite. So I've never opened mine. I've never opened it. And I found a creep. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. You found a creep, all right. Oh, man. Wait a minute. The whole reason you're here because of that, the trail. I was going to say, I hope you're not here because of Amico. That's what brought you to me. Okay. I'm like, you're all the generosity you've given this channel over the, if you ever are allowed to sell yours, I'm your guy. First of all, Intellivision Gamer, if I was ever allowed to sell it, I wouldn't sell it. I would give it to somebody. It's not about profit for me. It's not about anything like that. I look at it as a consolation prize. I'm just going to say, yeah, I believe it's mine now. No one's ever said it. You guys have said it more than I have because I'm a realist. I want someone to say definitively, that's yours, but I know it's mine now. Would I ever sell it? Probably not. No. I mean, I'm broke all the time, guys. I can't even pre-order this new Intellivision thing, and I'm not ashamed of that. It's just how I am. Every step I do in my life leads me to where I go. So you reap what you sow. I have accountability for my actions, and I'm okay with that. I am still able to, and eat, and I'm happy. I got the love of my family, and again, Alucard. See, everything revolves back to fucking Alucard. I'll pull them out here in a minute for you guys, just to have a little bit of fun. But as far as selling the thing, I wouldn't ever sell it. I would eat it before I would sell it, And because I think it would just be the developer guy, nothing to do with that. And I'm not saying anything negative against anybody who has one that will sell it. The way it was given, the reason I think it was given to me is the reason I won't sell it. And they came to me and said, "Look, you've been a champion for us, and we know you're just a regular dude, but you have a demographic we're curious about. You have a couple of teenagers. Your girl doesn't play. We're going to give you one. We're going to give you one to test out, and of course, feedback and all that stuff. But we want you to have your kids tell you about this thing. Every time they pick it up, what did they experience? And what was their enjoyment levels?" And it took a little bit to get my girls to stop being like, "Oh my God, this thing blew my balls away." I'm like, no. Pretend it's your Switch. Just play it and tell me, So we got to that point after a couple of weeks, but I wouldn't sell it. It would be kind of dirty for me to sell it, I think. I would rather go on tour with it than sell it, I'll be honest with you. I wouldn't. like that, like the PlayStation thing that came out, the Nintendo PlayStation. I'd go on tour with it. We have this thing locally that's actually through you, Casey, and I can't remember the gentleman's name, but he was doing the things that go in the cartridge for the controller ports and all that. He's local to me, I believe. There is a group of them, retro gaming, something or other, and they meet once a month at a library. And I've toyed with the idea of bringing it with me. Just so people can see it and touch it and do whatever, But again, the risks don't outweigh, the positives in that. Unfortunately, I don't think we're too far off from what its existence to warrant me being able to do something like that. If I had this big acrylic box with a fucking lock on it, I don't think I would ever want to do that, I would want to just sit there and hopefully trust people to come over as a fucking sideshow curiosity. What is this thing like? Here's the controller, Plug it in maybe? I don't know. I don't know how far I would go. But I was never a big Amico fan. I think the idea Atari doing now in television, now with the television makes sense though. Yeah, no, absolutely. And I totally get it. I think baby steps might have been the way to go. I'll still hold my ground. I was all for it. And if I could do anything to make it happen, then I'm willing to do it. And that's the only reason I really accepted the damn thing. I had to refuse it a few times. But, fuck, I forget what I was saying. Oh, man. Yeah, no, okay, I know what I'm saying. I just think I will always maintain the intentions were there. The love in the heart and the veracity behind it was awesome. I just think one of my buddy's egos were just too big for the project. And instead of focusing on the entity itself, focused on... He did what I call the David Bowie effect. David Bowie wasn't doing anything. So his management spent like $100,000 to make him look like he was somebody. They got him limos. They got this big billboard, and they put all clothes, and they paid photographers to come out and follow him. And it worked. And it fucking worked. And I want to say, with no disrespect to anybody on that team, past or present, I believe that's where Tommy was going with it. He was selling the sizzle, not the steak, and I wish they just focused on the steak and got that fucking out, and then I would have worried about getting my own potato later on. But yeah, man, it's I'm sorry that so many people got fucked out of it, but I don't want to talk about the same thing over and over again. Casey finally got his hands on one. That's a great intro to a conversation. He mentioned his displeased with a feature of the console, and I was able to either agree or disagree, and I somewhat agree with them. I'm willing to be realistic and reasonable. When people come in here to talk about it, they come in here to be a fucking douchebag. How about that? The type of kid I would smash their face with a brick when I was growing up. I mean, you didn't just run your mouth around here. Maybe Melrose, but it was still, you didn't run your mouth around here unless you were ready. Or sometimes they weren't. Cons would eat it up. Yeah, I know. Imagine me just announcing it once. I'll be at this with this. Oh, my God. Some of the sycophants. There's a couple of people who make regular videos on it. One whom I respect a great deal. I care for a great deal. But every time that notification pops up, I roll my eyes and go, oh my God. This is fucking so cringe. I mean, look who's saying this. Look who's saying it. Yes. Of 8-bit widgets. Thank you, my friend. People who have different opinions about the Amico can still hang out. Thank you. It's not as serious as war. As the Middle East, yeah. And, I totally understand the money aspect of it. I mean, one dummy put 10 grand into it. And I don't mind calling him that. He's friends with me on Facebook. But he put 10 grand into the fucking thing. But, I mean, he's doing all right for himself now, I suppose. He was able to use it as a hater. He was able to use it as a lover. And then he went back to hating it. And now he's just a fucking gossip girl. He's like a 13-year-old fucking girl hanging out the beauty parlor with the old ladies talking about Martha down the street. Did you hear about fucking Martha? It's sad when a grown man gets into gossip, but it is what it is, I suppose. Ed of Opcode Games and Tim, is it Dyer? A guy who does the Odyssey 2 homebrews, among others, are at that meeting. You should go. It's a little further away than I would like, but when I'm absolutely going to slot it out. I am so socially retarded. I am not good at the social thing. The idea of even going there makes me nervous because I just don't think people take me as an equal. I'm 50 years old and I feel like a 6-year-old in the room, And I don't know if that's my mental health. I don't know what that is. I was in charge of prison yards for years. Me. When the director had to show up because of something, they came to me. But the idea of going somewhere new and trying to socialize with people I don't know and worrying the whole time. I mean, there are also other things, like, the teeth and stuff. I do get anxious about that when I go out, but I don't know. I will one of these days. I promise I will. I will. Elliot, what's up? I just ordered my arcade Atari Game Station Go. That's another thing I'd like to try. But I'm not a handheld guy, so I probably wouldn't hang on to that. But to I guess, wrap up the conversation as far as would I sell it? No. I actually thought about that about a week ago, Casey. And you were one of the cats that came to my mind. One of the cats that came to my mind that I think would deserve it. Not for any other reason than your collection. Period. Whether you're a nice guy to me or not. Even if you'd never sent over that RTO flash, thank you, my man. I use it all the time. And we will be using it for videos here. I want to get past all of these stuff, but the creepy stuff. And that room is getting reset up a little bit. I'm getting a space heater. And we're going to be in there more often than not soon here. But I appreciate you, dude. You would be top on the list. You are in the Mount Rushmore of who I would randomly just ship it to. I I guess Willie of Arcade USA would be another one. I'm not gonna say all of them. I'll just say those two right there. Those two right there. I got a buddy of mine personally that lives in Arizona. I could think about doing it, but I don't know if he would appreciate it as much as, like, he would appreciate it for its history, but he wouldn't appreciate it on a level that like we would, because that's not, he's definitely a Nintendo and up kind of cat, you know. But Creep, you are the shits. Thank you. I have the shit. I'm just kidding. Guys born in 75 are awesome. Absolutely. Absolutely. What a fun year, right? Intellivision is a little before my time. And I find that with a lot of people. A lot of people didn't even know what the fuck it was. I started with an already old Atari 800 computer system. I think, yeah, we were talking about that, weren't we, in a comment? That you didn't really like and I had a lot of friends that were raised on the 800 and the 400. And they would come over and look at my fucking console and be like, what the fuck is this? Get a real machine, kid. Thanks, Howard. I appreciate your compliments, man. I really do. The Atari 800 computer was amazing first time. I'm hearing whispers of one of those coming out soon, too. A plug and play, one of those minis. I don't know how true that is, but I overheard that from somebody, so I'll put it into the conversation. I really need to fix the controller port on my 800. The solder joints broke free, so my controller port wiggles. I just need to open it up and reflow some fucking solder in there. I get lazy. You can plug my arcade Atari Game Station Go into your TV using HDMI. I know. But here's the one thing. The reason I really wanted to get that was for Intellivision purposes, because they have the little number pad. And I haven't really looked into enough to know yet if you can put Intellivision on it. But I think with this now, I would rather just, if I'm going to spend money this year, it's going to be on Intellivision. And then I will eventually either pick one of those up used or on sale or something later on. Because I know there'll be 5200 also. Lynx. Absolutely. Jaguar, I'm hoping. Again, I haven't looked into it because I don't want to get excited for it. But I would get it for those reasons and to plug into the TV, absolutely. That is something I wish Atari had just kind of come up with. Maybe a little sooner. But, I mean, even though a lot of it's just kind of crap, Atari's been doing right. You know, they stumble, they fall. I hate them, I love them. But at the end of the day, you know, even if it is just for fucking profit. Cyrus, what's up, buddy? Is he in here? Super Mega. Yeah, what's up, man? I don't like to talk much about the consoles that never was. But I will say, I feel you, Chris. We went through some shit. We did that. And there's a reason why we didn't want to go there. Love you, bro. Keep rolling. Yeah, you too, man. Yeah, some of us more than others. I will say this with all the Amico haters that may or may not even be in here or come back later because they found out I talked about it. I am grateful for a lot of you for two main reasons. One, you brought a lot of people to my channel. And there's a handful of people who are still fucking here because of that. Whether we agreed on the subject or not. We're able to move past that and share our love for other nonsense, right? But secondly, I didn't get hit hard like the Cyruses of the internet, the DJCs, the Mike Mullises. I was in a video once in a while. They would usually just make fun of my teeth. Fucking Smash Gay T calling me fucking trash once. But overall, in the large scheme of things, I was left the fuck alone. In fact, I was even invited in a couple of circles to be the opposition guy without any kind of, you know. There were some people I had like serious odds with. Like I don't think I could ever with the frog cat. I know who it is. I just don't want to say his name. I don't think him and I would ever see eye to eye on anything. I don't know. There was just something about him that I personally just couldn't jive with. And that's my thing. That's my bad. That's my fucking bullshit. Not theirs. But it brought a lot of really cool people over here that I wouldn't have fucking seen otherwise, both positive and negative on the subject. And I got left the fuck alone. I saw what all these kids went through, man. And when I say kids, again, I have to say it's Boston dialect. It just means anybody. This fucking kid across the street could be an old man, you know. And I saw what a lot of you were going through. Just for, you know, I don't know. I just feel fortunate that I escaped a lot of that. And I have survivor's guilt. I really do. And I know you, Cyrus, if you're still here, you went through it fucking hard. And everyone deals with these things in their own way. And because of my own journey with mental health, I get it. And I get what can trigger some people and what can't. And people sit there and say, really? And it's just like, bro, you don't know what's going on over there. You don't know what's going on over here. And yes, at the end of the day, we choose to put our faces out on that spotlight. And we are open to whatever comes in, right, wrong, or indifferent, just or not. But some of you fucking dudes got really hit hard to where you had to fucking leave the platform. And I didn't have to do that. And I was still able to maintain relationships. I was still able to experience something that I normally would not have otherwise. I never pre-order. That was my biggest thing. Ground floor. I've never pre-ordered anything. And it's a brand that has been revered by me for so long because I've only had one person in my life that had one when it was still a relevant console. And anyone on here that's Facebook friends with me has seen I've only made one Facebook post about the Intellivision. And it was tagging that person. Because her older brothers, who were a bit older than we were, had one in their room. And that door was locked all the time. And I very rarely got my hands on it. And I loved the game. The sounds, the sounds of the crowds on the sports games, to me is the sound of summer. I hear that, and it brings back just as much good feelings and memories as my Atari did, as my Nintendo Entertainment System did, as my Genesis did. But it was one of those consoles I never got my hands on. And then later on in life, I got one, and I didn't have a good experience with it because I just didn't give it, you know, I don't know why. So I pretty much gave that away to a guy who owned a comic book shop that was like, oh my God, I had one of those. I'll take that off your hands. And him and I made it like a little thing, and we put it together. Jeff, how are you, buddy? Thanks for popping in. Give me a minute, and I'll read your stuff here. And then I just kind of ignored it for a while, and I was dealing with this guy in Somerville, Mass, with a few things, and I got a copy of Masters of the Universe from him in a trade deal for the Intellivision. And I had made another deal with a friend of mine, Rick, from the I.O. forums, which we need to see if there's a new high score squad yet. I mean, the month's pretty much over now, but he traded Dracula for the Intellivision. I didn't even have a console. Beam Rider. I'm sorry, it was Beam Rider. I got Beam Rider from the shop. While he was doing all his numbers, I grabbed it and said, hey, can I have that? 2? And he says, yeah, no problem. Who the fuck's going to buy an Intellivision game here? It was the only one he had, too. So I owned Beam Rider and Dracula for years before picking up this console. And it was the Intellivision Amico that kind of made me, I was like, okay, the name's coming back. I wish I had more of a, I found one for $40. I had to do some cleaning on it. And I've been using it since. It's the same one I've been using. And now that this new Intellivision Sprint is out, I'm pretty excited. But that's mainly what attracted me to that whole Amico thing, was the branding. I honestly didn't know Tommy. I didn't know who he was until all of this. So I wasn't fucking starstruck like a lot of people were talking about with other people. But you guys know me. I don't keep my fucking ear to the ground. Who the fuck would I know, you know? But I don't mind having the conversations as long as they're going somewhere they haven't gone many, many, many times before. There's only so many times I can tell you the same fucking thing. And I'm okay with it. So Violation, I jumped ship early, but never hated the hardware and people involved. At the end of the day, it was about the games. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Jeffrey Funk. What a fun name. Let's see. Violation says, I had an SNES back then. Always enjoyed my time with the Genesis. Always. I love the Genesis. It's my favorite console. I know I'm Atari Creep, and I play more Atari than anything, but the Genesis is my favorite console of all time. I love that console. Jeff Funk says, I've never played the Intellivision before. We used to have an Odyssey 2 back in the late 80s. I have one that's not working very well. I wish it was. I don't have a lot of experience with Odyssey 2. I'd like to explore that down the line. But what a great fucking... We didn't even have to play games today. What a great chat, guys. Thanks for hanging out with me this afternoon. 16 people in here. Holy fuck. Maybe I will cut some of that Amico stuff out. And not cut it out, but crop it and make a video. It was a great conversation. But I will absolutely be hitting you up, Casey, to find out more about hows and wheres and whys with your Amico, because I'm genuinely, not yours, the one that you experienced. But yeah, no, I don't think I would ever sell it. And not because, not because it's rare, not because of clout or any kind of, just because it was given to me, and it would be scummy. I think it would be scummy to take advantage of something like that, unless someone absolutely needed it, and they made such a ridiculous offer. But it would have to be under contract as far as private. That's simple. And I would probably donate most of the money, half the money to Alzheimer's anyway. I'd keep some of it. Maybe I'd get some teeth for it. Actually, that wouldn't be a bad idea. No, I am not starting anything. Hey, what's going on, Pierre? I'm sorry, but I'm signing out, my friends. Sorry, I'm fucking tired, guys. I'm exhausted today. I was up late. Thanks for popping in. I'm so sorry that I'm signing out, but it was a really great chat. So I would encourage you to go back and cherry pick through the conversations, guys. Thank you for hanging out. I really do appreciate everybody who comes over here. Even if they come over to be a dickhead for a minute and I block them or whatever it is, hide them from the guests. Because I do that now. Albo will come over here and we'll have a wicked great conversation on one account, and then he'll use another account to break my fucking balls. So, I guess that's just the nature of the beast, and it is what it is. Guys, wherever in the world you are, I hope you're fucking doing well. You actually helped me have a better day today. I started today really low, and I appreciate each and every one of you. I hope you have a great afternoon, even if it's shitty out like it is now here. It's dark, it's rainy. But, plants need to eat too. Guys, take care. Creep it real.